Have you ever walked into someone's home, maybe a neighbor's or one of your grown children's, and felt that quiet little odd the moment you stepped through the door? The air feels fresh. The space looks calm. Nothing fancy, but something about it just feels clean. And then maybe you walk back into your own home. And while it's tidy, you wonder, why doesn't mine smell or feel like that? The truth is, it's rarely about how often you vacuum or how expensive your products are. It's the little things, small, quiet habits often overlooked, that make a home feel not just clean, but spotlessly clean, and more importantly, peaceful. And today, I want to walk you through 8 of those habits. Ones that are simple, practical, and won't wear out your knees or your back. Some of them might surprise you. A few may even make you smile and say, well, I've never thought of that. Habit 1, the door that sets the tone. Think about the very first thing someone sees when they visit your home. It's not your freshly vacuumed carpet. It's not your lovely living room. It's the door, your front door outside, and it is your home's handshake. It's welcome. It's first impression. Now, take a moment. Imagine your door right now, not the one in your mind, the real one. Can you picture it? Is it clean, or is it carrying the quiet story of the past year? Scuff marks near the bottom, fingerprint around the handle, a smudge of something sticky near the lock, maybe even a cobweb in the corner you didn't notice yesterday. It's okay. This happens to all of us, especially when we live alone or with the same routine day in and day out. We stop seeing the door. And yet, it's the first thing that tells us and our guests whether the house feels clean. That's why people with spotlessly clean homes tend to have one little habit. They wipe down their doors regularly, gently, quietly. Not a full deep clean, not scrubbing, just noticing. Once a week, take a soft cloth, a small bowl of warm soapy water, a little vinegar helps, and give your front and back doors a gentle wipe. Focus on the door knob and lock area, edges of the door, the area below the handle that gets bumped by shoes and bags, and the threshold where dust collects quietly. You can also include the fridge door, the dishwasher front, the cabinets under the sink, and the handle of the microwave or oven. Why does this matter? Because your eye is always scanning for contrast. A clean home can feel off just because the doorknob is grimy. But the moment those surfaces are clean and smooth to the touch, your whole home suddenly feels like it's had a makeover. It's a trick of the brain, a beautiful one, and it only takes 5 minutes. So start with the door. Wipe it once, and the feeling will ripple through every room you walk into. Habit 2. The secret of air that doesn't smell like last night's dinner. Let me tell you about 2 neighbors I once had. Marjorie and Ruth, both in their 70s, lived 2 doors apart. Both widowed, both retired, both loved to bake. But here's the curious thing. You'd walk into Ruth's home, and it always smelled off. Not bad, just stale. Like old toast, reheated stew, or last week's pot roast still hanging in the drapes. Then you'd step into Marjorie's. And it always felt like a breath of spring air, fresh, open, calming. And yet she had the same furniture, the same kind of dog, the same habits. So what was the difference? One habit. Just one. Once a week. No matter weather, Marjorie would open every window in her house for 10 minutes. Even in winter, even when the wind howled, even when it seemed unnecessary. I'm not opening the house. She once told me, I'm releasing it. Releasing the smells, the heaviness, the buildup. Because here's the truth. Soft things absorb stink. Curtains, rugs, cushions, couch arms, throw blankets, your favorite recliner. They soak up every cooking smell, every hint of mildew, every waft of bathroom air, and yes, every passing breeze from the dog. And over time, those smells mix. They linger. They dull the air. But fresh air, it's free. It's powerful. It resets everything. So, even if you don't feel like doing anything else, open the windows once a week. Let the old air go. Let the breeze come in. Turn on a fan to move the air through, and you'll notice something remarkable. Your house doesn't just smell better. It feels better, cleaner, lighter, brighter, like a deep breath for your walls, your floors, and your soul. Habit 3, the one drawer reset that keeps chaos away. We've all had that moment. You open one drawer, just one, and suddenly feel your heart sink. It might be the junk drawer in the kitchen, the catch-all drawer in the hallway, or that side table in the living room that's hiding batteries, birthday candles, receipts, a broken remote, 3 pens that don't work, and a half-melted cough drop stuck to an old coupon. You stare at it, then close it quickly. Not today. But here's the thing. That one drawer is never alone. Where there's one messy drawer, there's often a cabinet, a closet, a corner, and that sense of I'm losing control creeps in. Not because your whole house is a mess, but because the hidden places feel forgotten. People with truly clean-feeling homes have a secret weapon. They do a weekly one-drawer reset. Just one. They pick a drawer, a shelf, or a small space, and they reset it. Not perfect, not Pinterest-worthy. Just clean, clear, usable. No pressure to do it all. No guilt for yesterday's mess. You can set a timer for 10 minutes. Put on music. Toss what's trash. Wipe the bottom group. Similar items. Put back what belongs. That's it. And something magical happens. You stop feeling like your home is full of chaos. Because you're interrupting the pattern. You're reclaiming space bit by bit. And the best part, that sense of clean lingers. Like fresh sheets, like polished shoes, like a clear path through a once cluttered closet. So this week, don't clean the whole kitchen. Just reset one drawer, and the drawer will reset you. Habit 4, the forgotten spots that make the whole room feel dirty. Have you ever walked into your kitchen and thought, I just cleaned, but something still feels off? The counters are wiped. The floor looks fine. The dishes are done. And yet, the room doesn't feel truly clean. If you felt that, you're not imagining it, because some of the most powerful messes, the ones that trigger that subtle sense of a live in places we don't always think to look. Let me name a few. The cabinet doors under your sink, the edge of your dishwasher door, the handles on your fridge, the trim around your pantry door. These aren't filthy spots. They're just quietly sticky, slightly smudged, subtly dull. But that dullness spreads like a shadow. That's why people with spotlessly clean homes tend to keep a habit I like to call the 5-minute shine. Here's how it works. Once a week, usually on a Sunday or a quiet afternoon, take a damp cloth and walk through your kitchen and entryway. Don't clean everything. Just wipe what your hands most often touch. Fridge handle microwave buttons, dishwasher edge, undersink cabinet knobs, kitchen light switches, door frames around height rack areas. It's not about perfection. It's about the illusion of freshness. When these height touch spots are clean, your whole room appears brighter, even if the floor hasn't been mopped in days. And the science supports it. Your eyes are drawn to contrast. So when a white fridge handle is just a little bit yellow with handprints, your brain reads it as mess. But when it's shiny, you feel calm, in control, and at ease. I once suggested this habit to a friend named Harold. He's 78, lives alone, and takes great pride in his independence. He didn't think this would matter much, but one afternoon he tried it. Just wiped down his kitchen handles, the inside edge of his microwave, and the top of the trash can lid. The next day he called me and said, I don't know what happened, but my house feels like a hotel. Not because he deep cleaned, but because he refreshed what matters most to the eye, the places we touch without noticing. Try it this week. 5 minutes, one cloth, and a fresh new feeling that lingers long after. Habit 5, soft fabrics, hidden smells. What does your home smell like right now? If someone blindfolded you, walked you through your front door and took off the blindfold, would you be able to tell it's your house just by the smell? Most of us can. Not because our homes stink, but because every house has a signature scent. One we don't notice anymore because we live in it, but others do. And here's the surprising part. That scent doesn't come from the air itself. It comes from the things that hold the air. Soft things, cushions, curtains, blankets, carpets, all of them act like giant sponges for smells. Cooking, sweat, pets, foot odor, bathroom air. That time you burned toast 3 weeks ago. It doesn't take long for those smells to settle. And no amount of air freshener can fix what's buried in fabric. So, how do the truly spotless homes stay smelling fresh? They care for their fabrics gently and often. But here's the good news. You don't need to strip your couch or wash every curtain each week. You just need to do the soft sweep once a week. Take a few minutes to go around your house and spritz soft surfaces with a fabric safe deodorizer, unscented if you prefer. Fluff and shake pillows outside the window or door. Vacuum cloth furniture with a soft brush attachment. Hang a blanket outside for 30 minutes in the sun. If you can, wash one small item. A throw blanket, a pillow cover, even the bathroom rug. The goal isn't perfect. It's refreshed. Because when the things that hold the smells are treated, your whole home breathes better, literally. And you breathe easier, too. I once shared this tip with a couple in Florida. They had 4 cats and always kept a tidy home, but there was a faint funk they couldn't place. Once they started refreshing their fabrics weekly, that funk vanished. So, if your home looks clean but smells just a little lived in, try the soft sweep. Your nose will thank you, and so will anyone who walks through your door. Habit 6, cleaning the cleaners. Here's a question you might not have asked in a while. When was the last time you cleaned your vacuum or your mop or the filter in your washing machine? The sponge you use to wipe the counters. It sounds silly, I know, like cleaning your cleaning tools is something for neat freaks or TV shows. But this habit, overlooked by many, is a secret weapon of homes that don't just look clean, they feel clean. Why? Because dirty cleaners spread dirt, and worse, they spread smell. Let's start with a vacuum. Every time you run it, it pulls dust, hair, skin cells, pet dander, and all sorts of particles from your floor. But unless you empty the canister, clean the filter, and wipe down the head, you're just recirculating that gunk every time. Same goes for a mop head that's never washed, a dish sponge that's been used for 2 weeks straight, a washing machine with moldy seal, a dishwasher with a crusty filter. People with truly spotless homes, they know that their tools need love, too. That's why once a month they do what I call the cleaner reset. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Go through your home and rinse, and air dry your mop head. Toss your kitchen sponge or microwave it damp for 1 minute to kill bacteria. Wipe down your vacuum base and empty the dust. Run a rinse cycle in your washer with white vinegar. Check the filter in your dishwasher and scrub it clean. Clean your toilet brush holder. Yes, really, it's not glamorous, but it changes everything because when your tools are clean, they work better. And your house gets clean faster with less effort and more impact. Plus, it smells better. No hidden mildew, no sour mop, no musty vacuum trail. So, take a moment. Choose just one cleaner today to give a little care to. Start there, because even the tools that serve us need a bit of cleaning love now and then. Habit 7. Pretend like a guest is coming tomorrow. There's a quiet little trick that people with spotlessly clean homes often do, and it has nothing to do with cleaning supplies or elbow grease. It's about imagination. I call it the guest illusion. Here's how it works. Every so often, once a week, maybe once a month, you pretend just for a moment that a special guest is coming over tomorrow. Not a cleaning inspector, not someone to impress, but someone you care about deeply. Maybe an old friend you haven't seen in years, a beloved cousin from another state. Even someone you admire, like a favorite pastor, a kind neighbor, or a cherished grandchild you don't see often. And then you walk through your home room by room, slowly with their eyes. You'll start to notice things you haven't noticed in weeks. The stack of mail that somehow became permanent on the kitchen counter. A trail of dust near the hallway baseboard. A bathroom mirror that could use a quick shine. Pillows that have slouched into strange shapes on the sofa. That odd smell near the laundry you stopped smelling because, well, you live with it. This isn't about judgment. It's about fresh eyes. Because here's what happens when we live in a place long enough. We stop seeing it. We walk past the same pile every day. We light the same candle to mask a smell we no longer notice. We tell ourselves it's good enough. But when you imagine someone coming, someone kind and thoughtful, your mind resets. Your eyes wake up. Your home becomes visible again. That's when the magic starts. You don't need to deep clean. You don't need to redecorate. Just do a guest reset. Here's what it might include. Wipe the bathroom counter and faucet. Shake out the welcome mat. Straighten books and cushions. Put away any clutter in the entryway. Open the windows for 5 minutes. Swap out a towel or light a gentle-smelling candle. These actions aren't about showing off. They're about loving the space you live in, as if someone special about to see it. And the secret? You are the special guest. You deserve to live in a space that feels fresh, cared for, and noticed even if no one else is coming over. One woman I met, her name was Lorraine, 84, a retired school teacher, told me she does this every Friday morning. I pretend my granddaughter and her fiancé are coming by at noon, she said, smiling. Even though they're states away, I fluff the pillows, set out 2 glasses, and I feel ready. Ready for what? Ready to live. Ready to notice. Ready to enjoy our own home as if it were a gift again. Try this once a week. Give your home a walkthrough from your best self's perspective. Because when we prepare for kindness, we create beauty, even if no one else sees it but us. Habit 8, the splash zone you never knew existed. Let's be honest. There's one room in every home that's tricky. It's small, it's personal, and no matter how much you scrub the floor or clean the toilet, something about it never quite smells clean. Yes, I'm talking about the bathroom. And more specifically, something called the splash zone. This isn't a fancy term. It's not from a cleaning manual. It's something I learned years ago. And once I did, I couldn't unsee it. Here's what it means. Whenever someone uses a toilet, especially men, especially standing, urine doesn't just go into the bowl. Tiny droplets spray. Some bounce off the rim. Others drift into the air during flushing. Some land on the floor, the wall, the baseboards, the back of the toilet, even on the trash bin nearby. And unless you're cleaning those exact spots, you're not really cleaning the bathroom. I know it's not pleasant to think about, but that lingering smell you've been trying to get rid of with sprays and candles, it's probably the splash zone. That's why people with truly spotless, fresh-smelling bathrooms keep one habit. They wipe the zone no one talks about. Here's how. Once a week, or even just twice a month, take a disinfecting cloth or warm water with vinegar and wipe the floor around the toilet 2 feet in every direction. The wall behind and beside the bowl, the toilet base, including bolts and the plastic caps, the bottom of the toilet seat, and the hinges where smells can hide, the underside of the lid. And yes, the handle too takes less than 3 minutes. No scrubbing, no bleach required, just awareness. You don't need to do it every day. You don't need gloves and goggles. You just need a soft cloth, warm water, and the willingness to say, maybe this is where the smell is coming from. One gentleman I met, a retired Army vet named Walt, said he discovered this trick by accident. I thought my bathroom was clean. I even lit a candle every morning, he told me. But once I started wiping the wall behind the toilet, that smell disappeared. It's a quiet zone, a forgotten zone, but it's the one spot that makes your bathroom go from clean enough to genuinely fresh. And once you do it once, you'll wonder why no one ever told you about it before. Try it this week. Clean the unseen and reclaim that crisp, calm bathroom air you deserve. You don't need a brand new home to feel proud of where you live. You don't need to scrub every corner or chase every speck of dust. You just need attention. Small, quiet attention to the spaces we often overlook. A wiped handle, an open window, a fluffed pillow, a splash zone cleaned with care, a drawer reset, a guest perspective. These aren't chores. They're acts of love for your home, for your peace of mind, and for the life you build inside these walls. As we grow older, it's easy to feel like certain things are slipping out of our hands. But your home doesn't have to be one of them. You still have the power to shape how it feels, how it smells, how it holds you gently, safely, and with quiet dignity. So don't chase perfection. You've earned the right to rest. But in just 5 or 10 minutes a day, you can create a space that reflects the best parts of you. Your warmth, your care, your quiet pride. You deserve to walk into your own home and feel that small contentment. Not just once a year, but every single day. So try one habit this week, just one. And then watch how everything starts to shift, not only in your home, but in the way you feel when you wake up each morning. This is your space, and you still get to choose how it feels. Thanks for spending this time with me. Until next time, take care of your home and let it take care of you.